Limmy's World of Glasgow.
Vijay! I'm at Glasgow Uni, so I drive past the Kelvin Grove Bandstand quite a lot down University Avenue. I don't know if you've seen the Bandstand, but it's been in a state of disrepair for as long as I can remember. It's a really good bandstand, it's like an amphitheatre, but there's weeds growing everywhere and the stage in the bandstand is all caved in, spray paint, graffiti. No one uses it, it's a total waste. So I thought, how good would it be for the local community in Glasgow as a whole to renovate the bandstand, do it up and turn it into a place where the youth and other people can go up and perform. They could go up and do musical performances on a Saturday, or plays, or stuff like that. I thought you could have charity events at it, competitions for bands under 16, over 16, old folks bands like jazz bands and swing bands. You could just make it a place that everyone could go to on a Saturday, like a free concert venue. I just think it would be great. I just thought it would be great. So I put the feelers out. I asked the council, I said, what's happening with it? Is it possible to do it up? They said, yeah, it's just that no one really wants to take it on board. I said, so if I had the right funding and proper architectural plans, I could do this up. They said, sounds like a great idea, Vijay. A really great thing for Glasgow. Go for it, nothing holding you back. Well, there was something holding me back, I just needed some capital. I went to the bank, I explained what I wanted to do, and they said, we've heard it so many times before, Vijay. We've had about 20 people coming to us, wanting to do it up, and they've all failed. We've given them the money, they've not been able to give us it back. For one reason or another, they've gave up. I said, but I really want to do this. The council want me to do it. I think the community would really want me to do it. It'd be great for kids, it'd be great for teenagers, it'd be great for adults. It'd be great, it would be just so good for everyone of all ages. Especially with the Kelvin Grove Museum just opened. Really, they said, honestly Vijay, it sounds like a great idea. I'm personally behind it, but the bank just can't give you the capital. It's too risky. I said, right, okay. So what I done was I asked my dad. I was already in the doghouse with my dad because of the shopping delivery disaster. But I explained what I want to do. I said it would be so good for us. It'd be so good for me. I said it'd be so good for me. It'd be so good for the family. And it would just be so good for Glasgow. He said, how much do you want? I told him and he nearly fainted. But I talked him round eventually. He had a whip round around the whole family. And I managed to raise the capital. I couldn't believe it. I was so excited. I thought, this is really going to happen. This is going to be fantastic. So eventually, after an unbelievable amount of paperwork, we started the renovating. We got the workies in. We got the designers in. We put fences up to stop troublemakers wrecking the place at night when everyone had left. Everything was looking so promising. And then what happens? Some guy in a suit turns up at the building site on the second day and he said, I represent a security company. Now I won't say what security company it was for reasons that you'll find out. I represent a security company and what we can do is we can look after your building site and make sure that no one vandalises it, no one spray paints it, no one spoils your plans. I said thanks, that's really helpful, but we don't need it. I've got one of my brothers looking after the place at night. He says, no, your brother won't be very effective, I don't think. I said, well, he's been pretty effective so far. The guy in the suit then took a step closer to me and said, trust me, mate, you want to get this place protected. It would be such a shame if your wee bandstand project got wrecked. I said, I'm sorry if I'm picking you up wrong, but are you threatening me? He says, I'm not threatening you at all, mate. I'm just saying you might need some security, okay? I says, well, and I'm saying to you, I don't need any security. He gave us his card and he says, okay, here's my card, mate. If you don't need any security, that's fine. But see if anything happens, you just give me a wee call on that number and we'll take care of it from there, okay? I said, right, okay. And I put the card in my pocket. I was actually a bit scared. Off he went back to his flash car and he drove away. We finished up for the night. My brother looked after the place that night. I came back the next day, everything was okay. But that night my brother said, you know, I can't look after it, I've got other engagements. I said, it's okay, I think it'll be okay so far, this is a really nice area. What a very, very short-sighted, stupid mistake. I came back the next day, after the one night we weren't looking after the place. Everything was fucking wrecked. It was as if someone had let a bull run loose on the building site. Tiles, all the slates and all the tiles for the roof, they were all smashed to pieces like Bruce Lee had said about them. All the wood we had imported for the new decking was just chopped to pieces like it was firewood. Graffiti everywhere, really horrible things said that I won't go into. But the worst thing of all, was that someone had wiped shite all over the place. I don't know if it's dog shite, I don't know if it's human shite, but the whole place just smelled like a sewer. It was really, really heartbreaking for me. I phoned the police, they said they wouldn't be able to track it down, and never had any cameras pointing at it. Who drives up later but that guy from the security company saying, "How's things, Vijay, have you changed your mind?" And he looks over to the bandstand and he's like, "Oh dearie dear. That's a pity, isn't it? What's happened here? Is this a group of Neds then, Vijay? Do you think you might be needing our services now?" I completely took the message and we went into the hut. We discussed the terms and it worked out at £100 a day. £100 a day to look after the place, obviously to stop the whole place getting burnt to a fucking crisp. I said, "I can't afford it." He said, "You can't afford not to." I said, "I think we've talked enough, I'll give you a phone call later." He says, "I look forward to it." I got the calculator up, I added it all up in the book. By the end of the project I would have been in about 30 grand of debt because of these fucking scumbags. I had to cancel the project, I had to just pull the shutters down in the project, just say I can't do it. Had to go back to my dad with my tail between my legs, as per usual, and say, "Dad, congratulations, your son's a complete failure." He couldn't even manage to say, "No you're not, son." I lost my dad and my family £7,000 of their own personal cash because of the blood-sucking scum of this city. They fucking ruined my dream, so fuck them and fuck Glasgow.